Hey everybody, we're back. Video number 5 already. Wow. We're moving right along, Eddie. Before I actually was led to this area, I made a huge research in earth changes because I'm always into earth changes to find out what is happening, where things are predicted to happen. There's the Michael Gordon Scallion maps. There's the Lori Toy maps. There's another one out there as well. There's the map of the Navy. They all concur with the same look. You know what's going to be underwater, what's going to not be there anymore, that type of thing. So I said to myself, gee, they're leading me to this particular property. I'm not feeling sure that that's not going to be affected by the earth changes that are coming. Let me go ahead and take a look at the maps of Michael Gordon Scallion and the I Am America Lori Toy map. And I got the nudge again, the voice that said, no, look at the map on page 49 of the Book of Knowledge, the Keys of Enoch. So I said, okay, that's what I'll do. So I had the book. And so what you're going to look at here, can you see that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what they call the map of the dove. As you can see, here's the dove with the head pointing down to the Yucatan Peninsula, the wings here on the west coast. Well, this is the east coast, the west coast over here. These little concentric circles are the areas that are safety in this particular map. So when I looked here, right in this particular circle, I don't know if you could see it. Can you read where it says Nashville?
Yep.
That's where I ended up. Nashville. That whole area of that circle is under the safety zone. So the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because sometimes we get communicated differently. I get communicated like really directly. And a lot of it comes in the form of inspiration for some. For me, it comes in direct communication with downloads of information and telepathic communication. But when you get that nudge, you get that inspiration, you get that knowing, you get the dreams, don't discard them. Don't discard them. They were communicating with me, and there's a lot of people that are moving into these areas, and they don't really know why they're led here. They don't know why they're led here. A lot of them are getting out of relationships, perhaps. They're moving to this area. They're changing jobs and finding jobs here. You don't know what it is that is leading you here, but indeed, the safe zones are along the lines of what Eddie's stating. So if you are inspired to research this area, please don't discard that inspiration because you might be led this way. Let's talk a little bit about the actual shifts, okay? Because again, those that might be needing to be relocated will be relocated and be in safe areas, but then there are those that will no longer be on the planet. So I will be speaking specifically later, maybe in another video. You don't have to if you don't want to be on it. That's fine. But let's talk about the Viranas. What are they looking at, and how many? I know that there's a lot of people now reaching out to you that they're seeing shifts. They're actually sending.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Maybe your viewers don't realize that I was the one that said the Phoenix Lights was going to take place. And they did, March 13th, 1997. I've got some pictures here that has never been seen of the Phoenix Lights up close and personal. But, about 5 months before that happened, my late great friend, Giles Hamilton, was being interviewed by Fox News, Channel 27 out of Orlando, Florida. And he was telling about the things that he had seen, and just not me and my siblings. But he had invited me a couple of days prior. He was going to be interviewed by Fox 27. Would I like to be a part of it? So I flew from Texas, where I was living at the time, me and my wife and 2 girls. And news people are haughty. They just, what is their problem?
Right.
So they didn't believe this stuff. Giles and some of the people in the agency had seen these crafts. They were filmed. So we went out to a place just on the east side of Lake Wales, Florida. And I find it kind of humor because the guy was holding a $20,000 camera. I don't remember what it was. And I said, well, about 9 o'clock, they'll show up. Really? Well, 9 o'clock come. They were looking around, and the guy holding the camera looked at me, and he says, Mr. Page, it's not that I doubt you, but I think you've missed the boat on this one. I think you're lying. I said, really? Well, why don't you just look over your back? The man turned around, and there was a Varana, the sacred triangle, sitting right there in its glory. He not only dropped this $20,000 movie camera, but he fell to his knees and peed all over himself.
Oh my God.
The haughty reporter, she was speechless. Giles was lighting a cigarette, looking at me, and he says, done it again. And I just nodded my head. This was a picture of the craft. Since they couldn't get their composure, but this just 3 shots of the craft. Can you see that?
That's precious.
That is a Varana. And this was a little after 9 p.m. that night. There's a second picture. You can look right here. It lit up this cow pasture right here off the road.
Wow.
There's the third picture. So, with that said, March 13th, 1997, a investigative journalist wrote a nasty article about, just not about me, but about my siblings. She didn't believe none of this hogwash. All right? Invite her out there. It's going to happen. So she took us up on it. She came out. I won't give her full name, but she was a writer for the Atlanta Constitution newspaper. And her last name is Quayle. You do the rest. She was out there, and she witnessed the craft as it appeared. I have a couple pictures that my sister also took, along with Miss Quayle. And these are pictures I've never showed to nobody. So, Ari, you're going to get to see one of our crafts. You're going to get to see Phoenix craft for the very first time that nobody has ever seen. Well, I've showed it to my sisters. Why not show it to my other sister?
Awesome.
You got to remember, this is the Phoenix craft that hovered for almost 10 minutes over Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, wow. Mm. It's like it's boomerang shaped, huh?
Well, sure, it's a Varana.
It's gorgeous.
That is, well, you could call it a mothership. It is quite large. You look at that picture, that's probably at an altitude of 1,000 feet.
Wow.
Now,
That's one heck of a picture.
this craft right here can fit inside the craft that's out there in the atmosphere right now.
Yeah, people don't understand how big these motherships are. To give you an example, the ones that I work with, the small ones are 25 to 50 miles long. The big ones, up to 500 miles. It's almost as if you are in a small planetoid, okay, where they have actual agriculture in there as well. I mean, these are equipped for evacuation. Do you understand, people? They're equipped for evacuation, meaning basically we grow our own food in there. Okay, so, huh?
Do you remember me telling you about the Fox News? The Fox News lady?
Yeah.
When I was living in Florida, I didn't move up here till 2010. Well, 2011, excuse me. But when I was living in Florida, I was visited the next day by Tampa Bay Fox 13. I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't none of my concern. I was enjoying life on my boat. And I had a big boat at the time that I called home. I don't remember who the reporter was, but she came up there, and seems like about 20 miles from where I lived, over near Dade City, some people, including a deputy sheriff, were witnessing a triangular craft. And I don't know who it was, but somebody said there's a man that lives up in Crystal River, Florida, that knows all about these things. Well, it seems like her cameraman that came with her remembered the cameraman at Fox up in Orlando. And this was a report they did. I want you to see the craft right there. This was in Florida. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see the date of that? Let's see, maybe, yeah, can you see the date of that?
April 22nd, 2008.
That's when the craft, or they did the interview on me. That craft was the night before. That whole article's about me right there. Where is it? Well, hell, I can't even read now.
You need a muffin.
See right there, there's my name.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Page, yeah.
They said, this is from the deputy sheriff. This was his radio call into dispatch. This is a Hillsborough County deputy sheriff, may I ask? Or, excuse me, a Pasco County deputy sheriff. You're not going to believe this, but I'm on Curly Road. You know State Road 54, Curly Road? Apparently there's a bunch of cars that are stopped here, and it sounds stupid. Don't question me because I'm looking at it myself. But apparently there is a UFO right up here in the air hovering. I guess it's a triangular shape with 3 blue lights coming out of it. Dispatch comes back and says, what? What? And then that's the end of it. I would have loved to have heard that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But here's what it says right here. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office said it was not a balloon. They're not sure if it was a UFO. They're not sure what it was. But a man in Crystal River, Florida says he does. Things happen sometimes that people just don't understand. Eddie Page, a man from Lakeland, Florida, well, I was living in Crystal River, said he has studied these unexplained events like this most of his life. And it says when he was 11, he saw this very same thing. But not at night. His sighting was in broad open daylight. Imagine that. I have that picture too. But anyway, it goes on here talking about it, and it says, Mr. Page said people are questioning more of these events nowadays because they're starting to see them. And they're wanting to know more answers. Unfortunately, there's no one out there to give them the answers. But what appeals to many media and stories is that the airwaves are broadcasting this, and it's became popular. And whatever they may be seeing, and some people have no explanations, including the experts. But what they're seeing, follow your heart. What are you seeing? Follow that heart, and you will know. You know what? Didn't we talk about that in the last video? What is your heart telling you?
That's right.
Place. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it is funny. Yeah. Let me show you when I was 11 years old, and then I'll shut up.
Don't
See that craft right there?
Yeah.
That place right there, see them trees?
Yeah.
That is my backyard.
That looks like a Chinese symbol. Like
well,
alphabet.
Actually, it is the propulsion system underneath a Varana. And guess who saw that? This I was on a golf course when it appeared. The chief of police of Lakeland, Florida, lived 2 houses down from me, and I used to play golf. And I was playing golf with him. He witnessed it. And we were visited by the Air Force the following day from MacDill over in Tampa, and they tried to convince us, and I say us, me and the chief of police named Grant Harden, that what we saw was a weather balloon that had lost somehow, broke away from its tether and was floating down.
Yeah.
If you people don't believe me,
Yeah.
write a letter to your local Santa Claus. He will tell you.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've seen a lot of ships too, and they tell me the same thing. Well, they didn't tell me. I mean, I know what I'm looking at, but it'll appear on the news, and they'll say that it's weather balloons. But here's a question for you. Just because I'm sure people are thinking that, there's a lot of people out there in the truth movement that's become totally deception. But anyway, there's a lot of government ships out there now. The military owns a lot of things that they've done, reverse engineered and things like that, and they look triangular in shape. So, besides the fact that, the Varana is boomerang shape looking, but a lot of them could say, oh, no, that's a military. That's one of ours. Can you on that?
Yeah, I can. There's going to be a very big difference. One, our crafts make no sound. Two, our crafts are electromagnetic pulse generated. And third,
the person's not going to know what that is, but anyway.
The triangular crafts that some of the people are seeing and saying, well, that's military. Well, if you're talking about the TR-5A Manta, the Manta is yet to be able to hover. It's also been unable to cover up its full propulsion exhaust on it. It does make a sound. And there is a really great difference. Now, I know what the conspiracy theorists are going to say. Yeah, the United States government has been trying to reverse engineer the crash from Roswell for a number of years. They still have failed miserably. They will never understand it. They have also got to see our crafts up close and personal. I mean, literally one on the ground. They have taken pictures of it. They've got to see the propulsion unit of it. They've also got to see the guidance and how the thing is able to basically disappear right before your eyes. Technology that will never be in the hands of mankind until mankind changes his ways. Because this is what our Father brought to this world in 1957. Technology beyond your imagination. But you must do away with your warlike ways. You must get rid of your nuclear weapons. You must start working as one. And we will show you how to do this. Because if you don't, well, like any good child, there's going to be a time you're going to have time out.
Yeah, this one is a bad timeout. So, but they have reverse engineered something, right? I mean, the military has gotten a hold of technology that is off-world. Maybe not to the level that, your people have, but they apparently are using some kind of technology, because from the moment that before the Roswell crash till now, the technology has escalated exponentially. It may not be the right type of technology because it's in the wrong hands by people that are totally irresponsible.
That's
it.
The word, wrong hands. But the technology that's in the wrong hands, you have to ask yourself, why are they constantly abducting humans? Our people don't abduct. We visit. And if you want to be visited, we will visit you. All you got to do is ask. But we don't come by force. We don't impregnate people because, well, we got bored. Let's impregnate this woman. No, we don't do that. There is evil forces in this world right now that's doing that. The same ones that started this war. They know who they are. They know where they're up against. And the ones who have followed all the wrong gods home, guess what? It's about to be showtime.
It sure is. It sure is. So a lot of these off-world entities and creatures and whatnot are abducting people for the purposes of biologically creating, a different species, or maybe for their own survival, and it could also be for food, which we know. But so that's why it's really important not to get on the wrong ships, guys. It's really important to know what this entails, which ship is what. Get into that right resonance so that the right ship gets you. Because here's, again, one of the reasons that you're not going to know when this is going to come down the pike is because the opposition, the dark forces that govern these creatures and all the alien technology that is fallen, will be also knowing when all this is going down, and they're going to be coming with their ships pretending to be one of ours. And then you're going to be on the wrong ship, and it's going to be tough getting off. So seriously, take this with a grain of salt if you want to. We'll tell you the truth.
We have one difference between our ships and theirs. One, our ships are much more powerful, and our ships will let you know. You're going to know. There's an attraction that you're going to say, I got to go here. Now, with that said, how will I know I've got an attraction? What if I see a triangle shape and I need to go? Well, I told you what, it'll be something you'll hear, a vision or a dream. But you will be attracted, just like any child. They're attracted to the parents. They'll know their parents. It's that
the knowing.
Set, the knowing. If you see something that is not telling you up here in the resonance department,
and the heart,
you don't want to go.
The heart.
But I truthfully don't believe that there will be anybody that'll follow anything that's not told. And by the time that comes around, most of the people, well, I won't say most, let me be bold here. All the people that are chosen because they made that mind connection will be gone. I already talking about her people's ships. Their ships are massive. Ours are massive also. Like I said, they'll hold up to 500,000 people comfortably. That's including a crew of about 4,000. I can tell you what will happen once you get on board that ship. But Ari can do that too.
Oh, please.
These are living biospheres.
Right.
They've come a long way. There's more out there.
So how about we wrap this video up and then start the next one with the kind of ships, what to expect when you're on there, and what to look forward to, because it's truly magical. It puts the rapture, makes it, So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll wrap this one up, and again, folks, this is a series that I'm having with Eddie Page to get you guys up to speed, what's coming down the pike, and with the hopes that all of you take heed, take this information to heart. Hopefully, you'll make the right decision with the time.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I will water your whistle with this one. I have a picture that I've never showed. Well, I can't say truthfully I've never showed it because I showed it to a couple of people that I chose that will be taken of what the inside of one of our motherships look like, the control room. So if you would like to see that, then please do.
No, we don't want to see it. No.
Okay, I won't get it. I'm going to find me a muffin. Y'all have fun.
We'll all catch you later at the next video, and we'll share that wonderful picture. How's that?
There you go.
Sound good? All right. Guys, love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to join shatteringthematrix.com and like and join Eddie Page's Facebook page, Project Aquarius. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.